right now it's approximately way too freaking cold outside, and we're loading up this tanker full of water. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna flush up our last tanker that's we used for hauling out of a pit that's full of sand. So we use this thing. This is a old tanker, like one of the first tankers we had for hauling out of the pit when we were just first starting with it. This is really small compared to the ones we use nowadays. So we're filling it up right now. So this is the old pit. So this used to be the parlor right here. So this used to be the pit from all the water. It collects all the water that you use for like washing and everything you use for the parlor. So we're filling that up in this tanker, and then right here, we have like a adapter that goes in the back of that thing right there, and that goes down to a pipe, like a 3.5-inch pipe that we use to go inside the tanker. So we're gonna get this thing full, and then we're gonna go wash the inside of the tanker out. So the tanker that we're gonna be washing out is our semi here. So we're just washing out the inside, as there's sand like front bay, because there's like different bays, because there's stuff metal inside, which I'll probably show you later. That helps kind of keep the water from sloshing all the way back and forth so much. So like this container is probably the worst. It's probably like up to here, somewhere up in there, and then the other two aren't quite so bad. So we put this in the shop 2 days ago, let all the sand warm up so it's not gonna be rock hard in there. So that's done. And then we're just using our torpedo heater here to thaw out the hose that we're gonna use. So should be able to get going here pretty soon, because this is, as you can see, it's starting to, should be pretty thawed out here. So by the time that tanker gets full, we should be ready to go. This is kind of how you want the tanker out. You kind of just start spraying the sand, and once you get the water flowing, you kind of help bring the sand apart. So it's not extremely hard as long as you have a good water flow. Just kind of cold. So this is kind of what she looks like once she's clean. As you can see, no more sand on the floor at all. So one cold adventure down. We're back to this project. This is the trip mixer tractor that we rolled apart a couple of videos ago here. So we got my dad put the seal in, that's back underneath this. So we got the clutch in here, flywheel all ready to go. So we're actually gonna work on rolling this back together, and we're gonna work on putting it back together here. So I just kind of figured I'd update you guys on that. So we probably won't put a bunch of it in, but yeah, this is kind of one thing we're working on right now. So we got this tractor rolled back together. It actually worked really well. We got me, Duke over here. Oh, now he ran away. Duke over there and my dad, we worked on rolling her together. She went together actually really easy. So we got that put together here. The bolts are connected here. So now we just got working wiring everything back together. So that's one part of the hard part. Now everything else is connecting everything. So we got one of the hard parts done. So we just got to do the other hard part now. So it's a couple days later. We got the tractor put most of the way put back together. So we're just gonna see if it starts here. So make sure we don't have any major leaks. As long as Ted has the batteries connected.
We got nothing.
We had the batteries drain a little bit, so we got the charger in here for a little bit. So we'll try for round 2 starting this thing. Sparks right up. Now we just gotta see if we have a bunch of oil leaks or if we got everything tightened up good the first try. So we started her up, ran her for a little bit. We didn't want to run it forever because, as you can see, we ran it for like maybe 2 minutes most, and she got smoky in here fast. So everything, no major leaks. So it's one of those things we're probably gonna let it run for like a little bit, and then we can just keep an eye on it, and shouldn't be too bad. So really the main thing we gotta do yet is just kind of put the hood and the 2 stacks on. Those are over there. And then like the one last thing we have to do before we can put this back on the mixer is that the mixer, this new one, gets charged through like the flash report, and this tractor doesn't have that. So we're gonna have to work on getting this put on there and then wire it up, because the last old mixer this kind of had a plug in like this. You just plugged it in there. So that's how you charge the battery. You just need to charge the battery for the scale head there, because that's how you measure all the weight for stuff. So we just gotta get this mount on there, and then this thing should be ready to go back on the mixer here. So yeah, finally got this project done. As you can see down here, we're having a lot of fun. Four is it flushes manure from our, like liquid manure from our pit through the pipe that takes the manure from our barn, which is over there, into the pit. And we had a couple days where it was like -20, -30 with wind chill. So we had the tops all frozen, and the pump inside is froze too. So what we're working on doing is tipping the pump up. Then we're gonna heat the bottom of the pump to try to unfreeze it. So what we're trying to do is break the stuff around the pump that's frozen top, so that we can let the pump up right now. There's like probably like that much froze on top, so it's kind of an experience. So we'll try our best here and see what we can do. So we got the pump here unthawed now, and so our next problem is that this pipe up here that goes underneath the driveway up to the barn is froze. And so normally this is the first time we've had this pump. We used to have a different pump, and that was all the way at the bottom of the pit, and so that hose right there is like covered, is like buried in like however many feet of water, so it wouldn't normally get like froze, but now since it's up here it froze since it was this cold out. So it's unfroze to about like there, so then whatever more has to get unthawed that's froze. So we'll have to see what we do. We don't really have any ideas for that, so maybe we're just gonna leave this on and try to push it unthawed. So he's just adjusting the belts on that right now, and then we'll probably just let this be for a little bit. So this is like the channel that I was talking about that gets flushed out. So we have the automatic alley scrapers, as shown in other videos, that scrapes down to this channel, and this channel goes all the way through the barn, like through here, and goes out down to the pit. And so as you can see here, it's kind of full. That's because this pump hasn't worked in a couple days. So that's what eventually, once it gets working again, it flushes all this out.